to iCloud. So we are officially recording. Greetings from beautiful Cabo, San Lucas. You guys, it's my honor. It's my honor to be here. It's my honor to be with you. It's my honor to represent the team on this call, because that's really what I feel like I'm doing whenever I have the pleasure of being in the company of corporate or in the company of Jim and Kathy. I kind of have you all in my heart, and I represent your fears. I represent challenges. I represent your questions, which is why I love being in such close touch with you, so that when I have that opportunity, you know, as I've had through these 17 years working on the field advisory board or on the millionaire panel, I really know what it is that you're either celebrating or challenging on a daily basis, so we can continue to just give you everything that you could possibly need to take the most, you know, make the most of this extraordinary opportunity. So as we go into the new quarter, we want to help you understand that the company's doing things differently. We really are. So if you feel like you've been flatlined, or if you feel like you've been going backwards, or if you feel like you're unsure of what's going to happen next year with Isagenix, we all saw that with the entrance of Dr. Plant. There's a lot of changes going on with the formulations. You know, overall looking at reducing sugar, creating many new innovative products, getting them out at a rapid pace, building promotions on top of them, keeping all this money in our most lucrative complex, continuing to add promotions, events, contests. I mean, you guys, I have so many friends in other network marketing companies, and I'll tell you what, the leadership, anything close to what we have here. So what I would like to do is, I would like to introduce Kathy to our call now, to have an open dialogue about things that she's most excited about, the types of changes that she's gonna be able to share a little bit with us about what's coming, and why it's so important for us to gather at New Year kickoff. Because listen, I know that you're all on planes a lot. We do personal events, we do contests, we do company events, and it can be a full travel schedule. But I always say to my new associates, you know, there's only 2 things a year that are the most important that you're at. And I really believe New Year's kickoff and celebration. If you're in business, you better have a super crazy, amazing excuse for not being there. And if you don't show up, your team doesn't show up, right? So I really think that that's another super important thing that we're going to talk about tonight. So Kathy, if you can unmute yourself, very grateful for your time. I have been witnessing Kathy on the phone from morning until night. Even being here in the same home, I'm like, when can I see you? Because literally she's on with associate after associate, corporate call after corporate call, so excited, celebrating everybody's smallest achievements to their largest achievements. Kathy, you are one of a kind. And I am here tonight to tell everybody that I have never met anybody like you and Jim. You have the most servant hearts. Everything is the real deal. Any doubt you ever had in your mind, bring it to us tonight. Because I'll tell you what, guys, this ship is sailing, and we want you on it. We want your biggest dreams. We want your voices. We want your communities. We want your celebrations. So, Kathy, let's go. What can we talk about tonight? What can you share? Because I know there's a lot of top secret stuff.
I know. Well, first of all, I really want to acknowledge Jim and Paul for their leadership. I mean, what an amazing team they are together. And they've been through a few challenges lately, but nothing's going to stop this couple, let me tell you.
Thank you.
From excelling and really supporting you. Watching Ellen care about each one of you is just beautiful. And that's what it's about. It's about teamwork. It's about caring. It's about the culture. And it's about the community. And what I can tell you is Ellen alluded to a few things here, but I wanted to give you a few facts, because I know many of you may like data, and we have lots of data geeks at the office, and they have been really drilling down on what it's going to take the company back into momentum, and do it. We can all do it together, but it takes every single one of us working together. And we have found that when we have a strong January and February, that we have an entirely year that's strong. All 60% of the enrollments come in the first couple of months, and those people stay on. So each and every single one of you needs to really be, right now before the holiday season, you need to be going back to your team members, finding out who's committed, finding out what rank advancement they're going to be at, you know, where they want to be in 2020. What a great new decade, 2020. I've been waiting for this one, 2020 vision, and that's what we all need to have. And we are going to have a stellar year. You know, we started 17 years ago, and when we didn't even have the iPhone. And so look where we've evolved. I mean, things have changed. And we have a whole new team behind Isagenix that's going to take us to the next level. We've had to do some adjusting and some modifications of people because, you know, time changes and we need people that are going to get the job done. And so we're really, really excited about our future. I mean, first of all, you've seen Josh Plant come in, and I'll tell you what, the only way I can describe him is he's the smartest, accomplished man I know, and he gets the job done. He's fun, he's humorous, and he is so committed. God, Jim's over there eating potato chips.
Yeah.
Anyway, so, you know, he has he's done so many great things.
And they're good.
She's trying to park right
So
now.
anyway, there's a background noise there. We've got to find out who's talking. But anyway, so we brought Josh Plan in, and you see some of the new things that he's done. He's done the BIA, and he
Hey,
did
Kathy, hold on one second. If your line is open, could you kindly mute? Because I've muted all, but some people are opening their lines.
There's an iPhone that has the green as a photo. There we go. She got it.
Bethany, I think there we go. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
All right, Kathy, go ahead.
Well, you have seen a few of the things that he's done. The BIA, I mean, it is a beautiful product. We could build the company around BIA with the raw vitamins and the low sugar and the ashwagandha to help your mood and the raspberry ketones to decrease your appetite. So it's great on a cleanse day. And then the new Hydrate. I mean, I heard you all talking about it. I couldn't take the other one before because it upset my tummy, and I'm addicted to this. It's so good. So we have so many great things that he is going to help take us to the next level because things have changed. Food technology has changed. And you're going to see new products coming out. And we have a big one, a huge one coming at New Year's kickoff that I am so excited about. I'm kind of always a skeptic, but he has created a product that really will help you feel satisfied. So we're excited about that because, as you know, January is a big time that people try to get in good shape and they set New Year's goals. So we have a lot of new things coming very rapidly, but he has also done things for clarity. Clarity is really important in certainty. And he's created a new way for us to show people how to cleanse that's so simple with a point system. He's also, I was talking to him today, and he's going to be working on something to show you which kind of protein do you need, you know, so, you know, because we have so many great different protein options, and people just want to know which one should I take. So they're all fantastic, but, you know, different strokes for different folks. Some people want low carbs, low sugar. Some people don't. Some people want high protein, but we have it all with Isagenix. And then the new plant-based IsaPro is, I mean, I don't know if you tasted it, but the vanilla tastes like a Dairy Queen. So we're redoing a lot of that too, to have new ingredients really that taste great and are just really going to make people really, really happy. So we brought him on. We have a new gentleman too that's working. One of our goals is to get the friction out of Isagenix, get all the friction out. So, you know, friction is in the enrollment process, and you've seen some changes. Ellen was so excited about the changes that we've already made. And I said, you know what, there's more coming. So December the 12th, that's, I believe, next Thursday, we have even a simplified ordering process, a simplified enrollment process that I cried when I saw it. It was so unbelievable. So we've got that coming real soon, so that it will make it easier for people to join Isagenix. You know,
we also have enhancements coming to the IsaLife app, a lot more capability, so you can be more mobile with your business, right?
That's right. Yeah, the IsaLife app is going to be enhanced. Will be, but that won't be until New Year's kickoff. And we're going to be able to put the IsaBody challenge on there too, so you can do it all in one process. We're going to simplify a lot of things. So we have 2 apps. So all this is coming at New Year's kickoff, like a new product to help satiate you. Just new things really to get you excited. A new sampling program. I mean, you won't even believe what we've been doing. So
from a marketing perspective, they're just looking at what tools are going to help make this the easiest for you. What tools are going to keep you most competitive in the marketplace, even when it comes to Amazon, right? We want to be able to have everybody purchase products from associates, and we want associates to be able to communicate their ideas without having to know anything except their story. And I'll tell you, they're really looking at everything from that angle. And there's going to be new incentive trips and contests and team opportunities. And I think that it's just going to be a super, super exciting January.
So one thing I wanted to share too, Ellen, is I was just on the Canadian leadership call, and, you know, Canada is, the leaders up there are, you know, we're so grateful for all your leadership too. I mean, we have the best leaders in this whole industry, and they came up with a program called the 10 and 10 program. And it says, how about the 5 and 5 program? But bottom line, what they're doing, they're getting a lot of, they have, I think, 180 people registered for the 10 and 10. And so they're going to make 10 contacts a day for 10 days. Now, if that's too overwhelming to you, do 5 in 5 days. But if you do that, you'll have your new team ready for 2020. So you got your new team here, you've got your existing team, you're going to map out what rank they're going to be at, who's their new team they're bringing in. Can you imagine if you got your whole team doing 5 and 5 or 10 and 10, how big your business is going to accelerate. So this is the time to do it. It's not time to just sit back.
I love this 10 and 10 idea. And we were talking to Laren earlier in the week. And I was saying to her, you know, if you just commit for like 5 days, if you've got 10 leaders, you know, doing 10 a day for 5 days, how many new leads is that going to be? And if they just get 2 each out of, you know, 10 times 5 is 50 per person, it's so much easier than we think when we're in action. You know, when it gets hard when we think about it a lot. When we're just sitting around and thinking and not doing. I was at the gym with Kathy this morning. I had no intention of recruiting anybody in Mexico. And it touched my heart so much. I started talking to this trainer that was in the gym. I really had no intention of mentioning isogenics, but we started talking. And she looked at me and she says, "Are you an angel?" And I'm like, what? I've got like my little buns in my baseball hat, no makeup. I'm just getting my workout and chit-chatting. She goes, you know, I'm really looking for an opportunity. And I said, wait a second. I said, Kathy won't even believe this. I'm like, you can't write this stuff. Right, Kathy?
Yes.
You can't go into the bench where we were. And she goes, you know, I swear, guys, on my life. She goes, as a trainer, here's what I said to her. I said, we were about isogens. I said, well, have you heard of leverage? I want to teach you something about what leverage is. She goes, well, I don't know what leverage is, because she's from Brazil and like English is her second language. She speaks a little Spanish. She goes, I don't know what leverage is, but you know, as a trainer, I can only work so many hours in a day and I'm tired. And I said, you just explained what leverage is. We need to help you expand beyond the hours of the day. And so my point in telling you this story is sometimes when you least expect it, people right in front of you are praying for an opportunity. And if you don't open your heart and you don't share because you're afraid you're going to say the wrong thing, or it's not the right moment, or I wish I had somebody else's story, you are going to miss the person right in front of you. Earlier, after that, I was doing some snorkeling with Paul, and there was a sweet cabana boy, right? He just seemed like a simple boy giving us directing us to the ocean. And at the end of the beach adventure, I was talking to him and I said, so what do you do besides work here? And he goes, well, my girlfriend likes to go to the beach. So we just go to the beach a lot. So I was thinking to myself, gosh, he's so cute. He's so sweet. I would love to talk to him about isogenics, but maybe he doesn't really have the personality. Well, silly me, because 5 minutes later, he starts whipping out pictures of his girlfriend who's doing a fit competition. He tells me he broke his kneecap and he's been rebuilding his body and he's half the body mass he used to be, and he's looking for a way to get into better shape. He has a marketing plan to promote some shakes on the island, but they're super expensive. And I was like, you guys, how does this happen? Like, I'm just telling you this because there's people all around you that if you just engage and you start conversations, it's so easy. I promise. So what do you guys want to say about that? Does anybody want to give feedback and talk about anything or ask Kathy questions? Because Kathy, these are true stories, right? This is really happening.
I'm just telling you, I was in the gym and Juliana's there. I've been giving her shakes and stuff. And she always likes me to come in there. She goes, "You're the only girl that's got muscles here." And so, and then Ellen comes in and then she just closes her. So it was so great.
She says to me, she goes, "I don't know Kathy very well." She goes, "I think she gave me the shakes you're talking about." She goes, "But she and Jim are the kindest people I've ever met. I mean, they're just so inspirational." I'm like, "Really?" I'm like, "What do you know about them?" She goes, "Nothing, but I can't believe how much weight they do and how much energy they have." I was like, "Juliana, you should only know who you're talking to." They are beyond inspirational. So we had a really good laugh because she was just watching Kathy work out with like her mouth on the floor. Nobody can keep up with Kathy at the gym. I'm just going to tell you. It's a pretty phenomenal sight.
I just want to say that I think your story is just a complete example of why everybody needs isogenics. I mean, everybody needs isogenics. I do the same thing. Sometimes I'll go out to dinner with the family. I'm not going to talk to anybody about isogenics. Yeah, it just never happens. I mean, they come to you, right? They come to you, and I look at my husband. He's like, "Oh gosh, how could you not tell her?" I'm like, "I had to tell her." Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. It's the same thing, right, Polly?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody needs it. So it's really hard to turn yourself off when we have something so amazing.
So we want to help you guys get really comfortable with sharing what we believe is the most incredible opportunity on the planet, the most life-changing products, and the way to share a community that can provide more fun than most people have ever had in their life. That's what I think of when I think of Isogenics. I think of products, I think of business, and I think of fun. Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Oh, Paul wants to add something.
I got a great nugget from Kathy the other night on a great lead-in line for 2020. I'm expanding my business. It's such a great lead-in. You meet somebody who might have some business interest. You say, I'm expanding my business this year and I'm looking for new partners. Would you know anybody who would be interested in, this sort of a thing? Such a great opener. It's so benign, and it's not putting them on the spot, and it's not, putting anyone on the spot. It's a great opener. I love that line.
Yeah, so sometimes the person in front of you may not be the right person, or maybe you'll be a little bit intimidated. Sometimes asking for a referral is actually easier, and that line makes you so professional. We've got some expanding markets in this wonderful business that I'm part of. There's an incredible financial opportunity. Do you know anybody that's currently looking? Because I know you know good people.
Yep.
And I'm looking for good people for my team because I'm going to be giving them a lot of my time and getting to know them and really making deep friendships. And I was wondering if you knew anybody that might be looking for something different in this next year. Doesn't that sound good, you guys? Doesn't that sound so easy?
Very good. Hey, Ellen, just quickly, you're talking about any place, anywhere. Quickly, I'm in the courthouse the other day. I have to get my divorce date. I couldn't remember. The gal wants my driver's license. I give it to her. She goes, "Oh my God, are you really 71? Yeah. She's 71. So I said, "Oh, great nutrition." Give her my card. Then she said, "Well, what is it?" What? I said, "It's a superfood nutrition." "Well, it's Isogenics." Isogenics. I'm in Thrive. Our top millionaire just left for Isogenics. And I said, "Well, here you go." So I've got her connection. We're talking together. I mean, you never know.
Mary, you and Bethany, both who shared, I mean, you guys are two of the best at connecting with even a brick wall, to be honest. I want to hear from some people on the line that might feel a little stuck. I want to hear, is that Meg?
Yeah.
Is that Meg from Japan?
I'm actually visiting Portland, Oregon, and I'm here with Melody Kay.
Oh my goodness, Melody, we miss you, Megs.
Yeah. So I wanted to hop on because Kathy Coover, we adore you, and I wouldn't miss this call. And I moved internationally to Japan, living on a military base, and it hit me, the big adjustment and transition hit me to be far away from my team, and I've been leveraging my dear enrolling sponsor, Laura St. John, thank goodness for you. Yet I was just in a funk, and then traveling from Japan to Seattle to Portland, it was amazing because when I got to Seattle, everyone speaks English, and I was having all these conversations that I have been able to have living in Japan, And the cool part was anyone who got to Japan to Seattle, from Seattle to elsewhere, I was like, what were you doing in Japan? Very just genuinely curious about what people were up to. And this kid next to me seemed really young, ended up being 26, so knowledgeable about the pesticides and the issues with food and into fitness. And he's not even has a background in nutrition or anything, but was so knowledgeable. I was impressed. Felt like he knew more than me about things. And I, of course, had a shake. And right there in front of me, it was just so natural. And he's a translator from Colombia. And I was like, Isogenics, it just seemed so perfect. So I gave him a shake, got his contact information, got his phone number, and have already been following up with him. And it wasn't on my agenda to talk about Isogenics, but it was on my agenda to speak English with people because I'm misconnecting. And that's something that I don't get to do in Japan. So I'm feeling a lot less stuck with that. So I just wanted to hop on and say hey to everybody, and that wouldn't it be cool to add a young millennial to
unsustainable.
Thank you, Meg. Here, I think Denise, your line is open. Were you going to say something? There she is from Long Beach, California, or maybe not. Well, you guys, some of us lead with the product.
I have a question. Ryan from Arizona. So I'm actually really new to Isogenics. I just started using the products. I met Bethany, and she's the one who introduced me to it. And so far, I really like it. But my question, and hopefully this helps other people who are new, is that it seems like a lot of people who are successful at this live and breathe it, and they have a story. And I'm still I'm still working on my story because I'm brand new. So what do you guys suggest for people in my position?
Well, I would say what gets you excited? What is your goal? What would make you so happy if you achieve this goal? What gets you excited? That was what I would say to start with. And,
okay.
Maybe you want to move into a new place. Maybe you want to make an extra $2,000 a month. So what would get you really excited, and what would draw people to you? So, it's creating that story. I'm looking to empower young people so they can have the extra income, so that they can, buy their cars and they can get their house payment. And I found a vehicle to do that, and this company has solutions for weight loss, for energy and fitness and healthy aging and wealth creation. What gets you excited? So I think it's really thinking of what gets you excited, and how can you relate that to Isogenics? What is your why? Why do you want to do this? Because your why will hold you there. It will make you successful. It will keep you going. And that's why a lot of people are still, they're still pounding. Look at Ellen and Paul. They've been with us, since the very beginning. They're committed to all of you because, your goals change. You want your team to be successful. Bethany wants you to be successful. So why do you want to do this? And that sometimes helps the story. And then, getting the product experience, getting on the products, and because we all have to eat, and you found the best, easiest nutrition that's affordable, that's simple to consume.
Right. Thank you.
And don't be afraid to share other stories. The stories that are all around you from all these years are so meaningful. I never got on this for a weight loss journey, but I've helped so many people lose weight. So one of the things I tell people is you don't have to represent every solution. You just have to be able to say, I'm part of a company that's changing lives on so many levels. And you might be talking to somebody that wants to lose weight, right? Even though that wasn't your story. And I'll say to them, listen, I've got to share a story with you that's going to blow your mind, because the type of safe weight loss, rapid weight loss, and people are keeping their shape and feeling great and increasing their energy. There's just so many ways to talk about it. I love what Kathy said about putting together a team and building a story around your excitement of the financial opportunity and what it can mean to young people. But don't forget that every single click of a video, every single podcast, every single article is representing the people that have gone before you, that have all this. Bethany and Laura, I have so many friends on our team that are trainers that have knowledge bases so different from me. But that doesn't mean I can't bring somebody in that's going to do a fit competition. So I think we have to remove ourselves. We are not the story all the time for everybody. We will be the story for people that are similar to us. But your vision should be much, much, much larger than that. And that's what I love about Isogenics. So Ryan, thank you for sharing.
All right, thank you.
You know, Kathy, I want to go back to the protein thing because I'm so excited about it, you guys. Do you realize that we are living in a time where people are swirling, their heads are swirling. They just don't know what food plan to follow. They don't know if they should be paleo. They don't know if they should be gluten-free. They don't know if they should be dairy-free. They don't know if they should eat vegetables. They just heard that romaine had E. coli. I mean, are you guys hearing what I'm hearing every minute? Laura's laughing because seriously, like some days, the only thing I'll eat is isogenics out of fear because I don't know what else to eat. But if we could really look at our program as pillars of health, as a foundation to your well-being, no matter what you're faced with in the market, whether it's rising costs of good food you can't afford, whether it's not knowing how to get minerals because the soil is depleted. I love the fact that we have expanded our protein options. And to me, it looks like a buffet of protein. So when you're talking to people and you're like, how are you? I love this opening question. How are you getting your protein these days? Do you eat red meat? Do you eat white meat? Do you eat fish? Do you do shellfish? Do you do plant-based? Do you do pea protein? Do you do soy? I mean, it makes for such an interesting conversation because everybody's got a story today, right? And what I like to say to people is I'm working with a company that has engineered the most perfect protein because they figured out how to keep it clean and how to get it right into your cells because most of the protein we eat ends up in the toilet. So if you're looking for a protein that's going to build your body, sustain good health, create lean muscle, keep your metabolism going, guess what? Welcome to my restaurant of protein. So would you like to see the plant-based on the side over here? Or would you like just the pure protein non-meal replacement plant-based over here? Maybe you would like 3 kinds of protein all bundled into one. That we call tri-release. It's great after a workout because all the protein breaks down in different intervals and it's feeding your body for a long time with all the different protein. But maybe you want a simple meal replacement so that you might go for 24 grams of protein. Maybe you're kicking it up a notch. You want to shape up a little more, we'll give you a little 36 grams of protein. I mean, do you guys see, like, this is a whole new world for me because whether you're in the gym, whether you're talking to moms, whatever it is, everybody's trying to maintain their shape, either lose weight, feel better. Protein is like the core of all of it, right? Laura St. John, do you want to talk about that? You're a trainer. Scott's a trainer. You're an enthusiast.
I've been taking, first of all, I just want to say thank you, Ellen and Paul, for putting this together. And thank you, Kathy and Jim. I mean, if you guys had not carved the path, we would not all be here. So thank you, thank you, thank you. It doesn't even cut it. I see a lot of new blood on my team here right now on this call. And I see that it's their first exposure to both, like a bunch of people on this team, in addition to you, Ellen, in addition to Kathy. So I have a couple of questions I would love to have them hear, because you know how I think, you know, as you grow into leadership, you might say the same things over and over again, but when you hear them from different people, like it just adds so much of a punch. And I've learned so many of my words from both of you ladies, Ellen and Kathy. I mean, when I heard Kathy Coover a couple of years ago say, like, have you heard of this isogenics? Like, it changed my life. And the way she said, it changed my life, I like stamped into my heart and brain forever. And then Ellen, your words and verbiage. And I know a lot of people from isogenics come to me now for verbiage too sometimes. So I just want to keep passing the torch. My 3 questions are, one, you know, for anyone here, especially some of my newer blood on the team or anyone who's new or on the fence for New Year's kickoff, what would be, Kathy, like your 1 or 2 or 3 lines that you would say, this is why I believe you should be there?
Well, New Year's kickoff kicks off the year. And if you want to have a stellar year, you need to be there. We're launching new products, new systems, new training. And the who's who of isogenics will be in that room, and you'll be able to rub shoulders with them. You'll be able to learn from them. It's only 2 days. It's jam-packed with energy, excitement, and it builds your belief. You can't be successful at something unless you believe. And when you walk out that room, you're going to be bulletproof and you're going to be ready to go. So I would say that's why. I'm sure Ellen has some other things too.
I just think that, you know, meeting the team and meeting people that have stories to share, and, you know, the emotional element of events can't be replaced with anything else. A lot of times we feel like we're alone in our world. And when you get into those convention spaces, and there's a million people running around with their bags and they're buzzing and they're running to a workout. It's just infectious. And I think it helps expand vision, right? That if all these people are doing so well, so can I. If all these people are succeeding with product, so can I. You can't do that anywhere else. You just don't have that opportunity. So you got to go.
It recharges your battery. It really does. It fills you up. I mean, when you leave, your belief is back through the ceiling. And even if you've hit a bunch of no's, I mean, it fills your bucket back up. So you're ready to get out and serve.
And on that note, I've always said, either you need Isagenix or Isagenix needs you, right? And do you know what that means? That means that you need Isagenix, meaning that you're still learning. And Isagenix needs you, meaning we need your stories, we need your energy, we need your expertise, because we are all one team and we all have different talents. And just you can hear the same thing from 10 people, but it might not be till that 10th time that you are experiencing it as though it's the first. So many people that I work with come back and go, guess what I just found out? And like, I've been telling them that for 3 years. And they never heard it until Laura said it, right? I mean, it does happen. So Laura, tell us the other question.
Okay, thank you so much. I really love that perspective. I know in all the original Isagenix workbooks, Kathy's always said like 80% should be, on getting new blood in. Could you tell us, in your ideal world, if you were a new person, whether you had only 5 hours a week, 10 hours a week, 20 hours a week, really like what you would suggest to people in terms of just like spending that time? Because I think that sometimes people carve out the time, but they don't know exactly what to do.
Yeah, well, that's a really good question. Number one, you should be spending 80% of your time talking to people. And that could be new people. It could be 3 ways with your team members. It could be working with all of your team to drive that. So that's what you need to spend your time on. You need to use the tools for, your training. You need to use the events for your training. We have a lot of different things online. And sometimes managing your organization. What happens sometimes, people have been in Isagenix a while, they start telling everybody what to do and they're not doing the do. And so, it's the speed of the leader, it's the speed of the pack. You have to be doing it. We're gonna launch a great promotion at New Year's kickoff, and every one of you need to go for it, because then your team will go for it. If you don't go for it, they won't. And like Ellen said, if you don't show up, they won't show up. And the more you have in those seats, the better. So, I would say that 80% of your time is talking to new people, doing 3 ways, telling the Isagenix story. How many times are you telling the Isagenix story, and how many times, most importantly, are your team members telling the Isagenix story? That's what you want to get going, and your organization will go into momentum if you get that wave and get it going.
Awesome. Thank you so much. My last question, can I keep going? One last thing was just about your vision. Some of us have been with Isagenix for a while. We've seen, like you've talked about tonight, the transitions that have taken place, all for the positive. I mean, like Ellen says, it just keeps getting better and better. She said that to me every year. It just keeps getting better and better. We're only 2020, but our boys see us. It's so fun, to see, Journey, Andrea, all people, you see the next generation, your grandkids, what do you really see for the future?
Our goal is to be a household name and to have, 1 million blenders going off in the US, 1 million blenders going off in Mexico, 1 million blenders going off in Canada, Australia. And if we do that, we'll impact a lot of people's lives, and it's possible. It truly is, if we just keep sharing that Isagenix story with people. And our goal is to change, really to impact world health. So we have a lot of things to do. And what that shake does. Paul's a testament to the shake. He lived on the shake. So it is a perfect food. It really is. So I think just keeping it simple. How many lives are you going to impact in the next year? How many people are you going to bring in? How many people are you going to embrace? It's a financial opportunity too. My goodness. With the way our world is, with automation, 800 million jobs will be lost in the next 10 years worldwide because of automation. And so people need to face that, and they need to be prepared. If they aren't, they're going to be left out. And our financial opportunity is incredible. Just another $500 a month will change a family's life. Here in Mexico, it's so sad. People only make $500 a month. It's unbelievable. Can you imagine if you gave them another 500, what would happen? So I think that sometimes we just have to think of others and how we can impact them, how we can make a difference. And it's about, for Jim and I, now it's really about all of you and impacting your lives, your team's lives, and other people's lives. And that's what gets us up every morning. It's the stories and all those things. And I think it's just keeping it simple. It's not a monetary number. It's just impacting more people's lives.
You're amazing. Thank you.
So beautifully said. When I was new, I know there's a lot of new people here. I never understood what was real and what was hype. I was so skeptical, and I was never involved in business before. So I thought that a lot of what I was hearing was posture, things that were being positioned exactly as I should hear it. So, I would believe something. But I got to tell you, the conversations that I've been privileged to have this week with the Coovers has been life-changing for me. Honestly, life-changing. The simplest things, their vision, as Kathy was talking about her vision, one thing she didn't touch on is the commitment they have to protect our brand is huge. And what does that mean? Protecting the brand means keeping it aligned with the original value system that this was created with. And you know how hard that is to do when you are growing into a $7 billion company? I remember, for some of you that don't know my history, after my son he overcame a life-threatening blood disease and I was left with a substantial debt close to $1 million, I flew to Arizona 17 years ago to figure out, how do I make $1 million fast to pay off this debt? And that was the first time I had personal time with the Coovers, and the company was very, very, very small. And I didn't understand anything. And they shared with me their values. They shared with me understanding how important it was to remain compliant so that this company can withstand, a lot of the perils that other companies face because they don't do things right. But what Kathy said to me, Kathy, I don't know if you remember this, we were in your office, and I didn't know what she meant. And I understand now. She said to me, you know what, Ellen, no matter how big this company grows, and we are going to be big, we are always going to make it feel like family. And we are always going to have the approach that we have right now in the beginning. And as I started to learn more about big business, companies, they sell out, right? They change their comp plans. They don't care so much about associates, whether even in corporate America, they downsize, they fire people that are so valuable. Companies a lot of times become greedy the more and more they grow. But this company, they just keep wanting to give us more. Jim and Kathy sat with pads of paper asking me, how can we improve this for you and everybody that you know? What are the challenges we want to make this easier. We want to make this simpler. We know that people are faced with so many options today and, just so much information they're inundated with. How can we simplify this so that everybody and I'm telling you, this is dinner table talk. And I'm very excited because we have a lot of great ideas, and we're actually going to be talking to Sharon Walsh tomorrow and instigating some new group calls that we haven't done before with a very specific sort of marketing plan. There's just so much in the works. So I'm just really, really proud that 17 years later, I can say to you with such brutal honesty that I have never been more excited.
It's true.
And when you think about this, guys, there's more money in the plan now than there's ever been. There's more new product innovation than we've ever had. There's more brilliant people that are working together like a well-oiled machine, listening to each other, respecting each other, and creating, because of these incredible relationships, things we've never had before. They're looking at the marketplace, recognizing that people are asking for lower sugar. People are asking for different things, and they're stepping up to meet the needs of the changes. We have handled almost everything on Amazon in the most beautiful way. We won't shut it down ever. We can't do that. But, you know, if you take a look at Amazon, you know, the prices there are higher now. If you go on Amazon, Isagenix is being represented retail, which is really good, because now when people are like, oh, I want to get it on Amazon, why would they want to get it on Amazon when they get it cheaper from us? So they found a way to control the brand, to work with the pricing, and to do what they could. And they invested so much money to do that for us, right? Because Amazon's not going away. But the point is, they keep stepping up in every area. So how could we not be excited? I'm going to tell you right now, straight up, if your business is flatlined, if you have lost hope, it's just because you're not connecting. As soon as you have new people to develop, it is so exciting. It's so much fun to get to know people. It really is. And if you're not inviting them out to your home, then meet up with them at an event. We want to spend the next few minutes. We have now, it's 20 till. We allotted an hour actually for the call. So we're still doing okay. We want to hear more of your voices. We want to hear your input, your feedback, your celebrations, or your challenges. Who would like to share?
Ellen, it's Denise. Can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you great. Please talk to Kathy. It's so good to have you here.
I'm really glad that I turned it on. I said, you know, I've been with you guys for 10 years now. And I want to talk to the person that maybe hasn't even cycled yet, or is cycling one time a week. Just keep doing it. And what I want to say to you, because this has been my journey, find what works for you authentically, and don't killing it, knocking it out of the park.
Denise, will you repeat that? Because we don't want to miss what you're saying, but the sound went out.
Oh, okay.
You said find what works for you, and then the sound went out.
Yes, find what works for you authentically to your being. And when that clicks, it's not even going to click. It's not even going to feel like work. It's just going to be an extension of who you are as a person. And I say this because that has been my journey in 10 years. I've been up, I've been down, I've made great money. It's never been about the money. It's been about people. But I've been trying so hard that I didn't know who Denise was. So I would just encourage those people that are like still trying to find their place, just tap into yourself. And Isagenix will always be in my pocket. And I have great plans for Isagenix, but now it's from me, it's not someone else's plan. And Kathy and Jim, I always say when I explain Isagenix, I always say this. I said, you know, I've never met and saw like literally such heart-driven people that work like they're starving, that don't need a penny, and they just don't let up. And I've seen, you know, many different stratas of corporate America, and I've just seen a lot. And just, you know, I'm 53. And you guys, those I did a bikini competition at 50. So come on now. You know, I was down to 13% body fat. Just a lot of stuff is going on. And for me, I'm taking my angle the way it works for me. And that is, for me, it's corporate America and it's corporate wellness. And that's my path. But it might be for you, just the vitamins. That's a business by itself. It might be just the new drink, Bay. Personally, not for me. It's okay. I mean, for personally, right? It's a great product, but it's just not for what I'm doing, right? And maybe it will be later, but stick to what you are here for and tap into you, and through that, and keep taking Isagenix. I put Isagenix in my body for 10 years. I wanted nothing to do with the business, zero. And then all of a sudden, Ellen Bradley was on the phone, and I was like, huh? And Ellen Bradley, I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with this business. And then there she was. And she says to me, are you interested in Mexico? And I said, Ellen, I'm one of those Mexicans. I don't speak Spanish. Sorry. You know, I don't speak a lick of Spanish. I didn't do what my mother recommended I do. And
I think this
actually 35 pounds fell off. I even dragged Ellen in on a triathlon.
Yes, she did.
My goodness. Chris. And 10 years later, I've gone through ups and downs personally, and this community has stayed. My closest friends are in this community, and I've gone through some really good things, and I've gone some really tough things. And I owe, and I say this to you, Kathy, and this is why I'm here. I've found myself again, and 53 years later. I started out on a mission when I was 17 years old to do something. And it took all that life experience and the fact that I stayed in this community from a health and wellness and anatomy and physiology and body work and overall wellness that I found me again. And it's because of this community and of what I'm doing. And I'm committed. And
we love you, Denise. Your story is always so powerful, and you're such a leader.
I talk too much.
No, it was
I'm
perfect.
sorry.
Kathy, do you want to say anything?
Thank you so much. But thank you guys. It's going to be fun. I'll see you guys in January.
Denise, you gave us a great lead in, and I want to definitely bring Jim on here. I see him hanging in the background, but boy, what a special man we've got the pleasure of getting to know. I mean, I keep saying to Jim, is there anything that you don't do? I mean, I didn't even know he like raced sailboats too. I'm like, in your free time. But, you know, Jim, I think Denise brought up, you know, do it your own way, which I think is a great lead into this idea of meet people where they're at. You know, what I love about Isogenics is like some people are building with the Forever Pack, some people are building with the Value Pack. I think whichever way works for you is the best way. And I don't know if you want to jump off of that thought form and then take it from there, but we're so grateful to have you on the call.
Well, I'm grateful to be on the call, and it's so great to see so many familiar faces that we've been on this journey for however many years it's been. And I'd like to really welcome all of the new people who are joining the Isogenics family, because you're in for a treat. And, you know, when we began this company, we had a vision to impact world health. We knew there was a lot of people suffering, both physically and financially. And we felt that there was also a need to create a community of like-minded people who are really committed to, you know, be their best selves. And it's hard to be your best self if you're physically, you know, suffering, if you're not giving your body what it needs to enable you to be your best self. But we also saw that, you know, finances make a huge difference in the quality of people's lives. I mean, for me, as I was growing up, I wanted money because I wanted freedom. And I just realized that, you know, it wasn't about a set figure. It was about just giving me the ability to do what I wanted to do. And of course, you know, having choices in life is what it's all about. And so, you know, what's been incredible for Kathy and I has been validated on this call tonight. It's just knowing that you're actually having an impact in transforming the quality of people's lives at a fundamental level. I mean, where they're at. If you can give people the gift of health, I mean, what better thing can you ever give people? If you can give people an opportunity to earn an extra 200, 300, 500, 5,000, you know, Ellen, we just celebrated you making over 5 million cumulatively. All right. I mean, that's the type of opportunity that we have created, because it's not about us. It's about how many other people can we help? Because if we can help other people get what they want, guess what? It starts to show up very powerfully. In our industry, you know, when people say, well, what about Amazon? Amazon doesn't offer coaching. Amazon doesn't give you a commission for referring other people to their program. You know, Amazon doesn't have the heart that you're able to, you know, give to people to support them. So, you know, there's a lot of opportunities out there, but there's very few opportunities that offer the opportunity of having a business for yourself, to be able to have no limit on the type of upside income that you can enjoy, that doesn't require a huge investment, that allows you to basically build your own team, select the people you want to work with, that is all about empowering you to stretch yourself. I mean, the very fact, and I just want to acknowledge, Ellen and Paul for not only being our business partners for all these years, but really for setting the example that they are for all of you. Because it's all about, if you think about 17 years, we'd all like to say everything's hunky-dory, but life is life. We have our ups, we have our downs, but it's the way, it's kind of like if you think about family as we think of all of you, it's kind of like, with family, it's a journey. You have your good days, you have your bad days, you have your upsides, you have your downsides. But at the end of the day, if you're committed to the people that you're engaged with in your life, that's what it's all about. And I would just want to say that I am so excited about where we're going in the future. I mean, Isagenix has spent 17 years getting to be where we are. There's some of you who have an incredible base in which to build on. There's some of you that are just starting. But I will just say that Isagenix's best days are ahead of us. And it's because of the things that we're doing to really ensure that we can continue to be at the leading edge of not only innovation as it relates to technology that is going to support people's well-being, but also we're really focused on technology from the standpoint of how do we make sharing Isagenix easier than it's ever been. How do we make it easier to sign up? How do we make it easier to share the products? How do we make it easier to create duplication in your organizations? And so, many of the things that we've been working on over the course of the last 6 or 7 months are about to really materialize. I mean, you're already seeing some of the new innovation with BIA and with bone broth. And how many of you love bone broth? I mean, that's, yeah. Hey, and guess what? Today yesterday we reintroduced the mango cleanse.
Yeah. Oh.
How timely is that? I mean, I will just say that in all of our years between Kathy and I mean, we've been working this business together for almost 30 years, and I've been involved almost 40 years in this industry. But what's always been for us, we always said December is a time, Thanksgiving, you celebrate everything you're grateful for. But rather than taking that time off, we've viewed that as an opportunity to say, what can we do to support other people who are trying to get through the holiday stress, get through, the challenges. The average person gains 7 pounds, between Thanksgiving and New Year's. So guess what? We got a solution. I would like to say, what if we could show people how to maintain and enjoy during the holidays? Now we've just introduced the best tasting cleanse we've ever had. It's going to be a permanent product in our opportunity. Why not share that concept with the people that you care about, the people that are saying, well, okay, after the first year, I want to be setting my resolutions. What's that going to look like for you? What if I could show you a way to actually maintain and enjoy during the holidays and position yourself to go into the New Year's and take your health and vitality and performance and income to the next level? I mean, that's the gift that we have to share. So we're very excited to be able to, look forward not only to the next year, but to a new decade.
Yeah.
So for all of you, I would just say my experience in this industry over the years is that, we all like instant gratification, but for those of you that are building a business, the reality is that you need to talk to a lot of people, and you need to continue to check back in with those people. If you're not using voice text, you want more personal than just sending messages or newsletters or whatever the case may be. Just saying, I was thinking about you. I know we haven't connected for a while, but I know the holidays are coming. Let's reconnect. I mean, this is a relationship business, and we have the gift. I don't know anybody else that has more to give than what we have. And there's never been a greater time in the history of not only this country, but this world, that there's a need. People are looking for taking control of their own health. We can't count on government to look after us. We can't count on, you know, on pension plans. We need to take responsibility for our own future. And Isogenics is perfect vehicle. And I'm just grateful to be that you're all part of our Isogenics family.
Jim, I could listen to you speak forever. And I want to tell you guys, you know, when I first went to Jim and Kathy's home 17 years ago, I never owned a home before. I dreamed of having a home. And Kathy said, look around, because everything you're seeing was built by network marketing. And she was helping me to understand the possibilities of the industry. Well, I was walking around the grounds of this incredible, I don't even know what to call this place. It's just a fantasy island. I was walking on this beautiful resort. And I said to Paul, you know, Jim and Kathy just have a way of setting the bar so high for inspiration and for what's possible and for challenging me to dream bigger. And I'm going to challenge all of you to dream bigger. I know some of us are just wanting to make a little bit of extra money to pay one bill. And it starts that way. And it started that way for us. Kathy was joking with me. She goes, what did you make at the beginning? Like, was your first check $7? I was like, that was my monthly check. My monthly check was $7. So it does start that way. But I want to encourage you to be the leaders in the world that wake up the world to dream again. We need dreamers. We need people that are in action, making their dreams come true. And you know that your dreams coming true are predicated upon you changing the lives around you. So it's always a win-win. Now, I know Andrea Henkart wanted to say, and I know Lindsay Siegler wanted to also say something. So let's hear from Andrea first. Andrea, are you there?
I'm here. First of all, I just wanted to say thank you, Jim and Kathy, so much. I'm probably going to cry. And Ellen, you know, I kind of want to be the third party three-way call here. You know, you're hearing the experts talk, and I started also 17 years ago from day one. And Ellen and I were the first two in this whole group that were at the very first, I didn't even call them top achievers then, but it was the top leadership. We were invited guests back in the day. There were less than 100 people in the room. And, you know, it's when we had you remember that, Kathy? It was just, it was an amazing opportunity to get started. And Jim and Kathy saw the vision then. And all these years, I just want to say to you guys, 17 years later, you know, we really are just getting started. And we have such an amazing opportunity here with Ellen, who's 17 years. Ellen has been leading the way. And yes, we've all had our ups and downs, and life happens and stuff happens. And Ellen keeps showing up. Ellen keeps looking for ways to, I'm gonna cry, for ways to be innovative and to hold all of us the same way that Jim and Kathy hold all of us. And I want to share something with you guys. I'm part of the, there's something called the Product Educator Team. And I'm with Dr. Plant and Peter Greenlaw and a whole bunch of other people. And it's this secret little organization. It's not secret because I'm telling you about it. But we meet like every 4 to 6 weeks, and we get to hear all the information about the products are coming that are new before everybody else hears about it. And we ask questions and we challenge the scientific advisory board. And I've had the privilege of being a part of this. And while I can't tell you anything that's coming, Kathy actually told you more. What I want to say is we had our call today, and you guys, the main theme was not only are we staying on top of technology, which you've already heard. I can't say anything that Jim and Kathy and Ellen haven't already said. But what I heard, just being the third party validation, if you will, what I heard this morning on that call with Dr. Plant and the experts and the other nutritionists in the company is that our community matters so much to them. Our community matters so much to all of us. And like Denise was saying earlier, you know, we all have our own way. Find your own way of what works for you to really communicate and connect with people, because we have a vehicle here that's only getting better. And if you knew what I knew, if you knew what Ellen knew and what Jim and Kathy know that we don't even know that's coming, you wouldn't have any doubts whatsoever. And Robert and Joy and I were just saying last night, we know that if you look at the entire market of network marketing and nutritional products in and out of network marketing, we know that we have cutting edge superfood nutrition, guys. And what nobody, and there's some other products out there that maybe aren't isogenics that are good, but we lead the way in cleansing and intermittent fasting. We have for 17 years. And what we have that nobody else has, and I challenge anybody, anywhere on this planet to show me a compensation plan that's better than ours, that's more giving than ours, that's more generous than ours, and that just keeps growing. I challenge you to find that. So all I really want to say is, Ellen, from the bottom of my heart, I can't thank you enough for being here always for us and leading the way, you know, just being so loving and supporting and holding all of us the way that you do. And Jim and Kathy, you know, through all the ups and downs of all of the lives of everybody, you guys don't have to be here. We all know that. And yet here you are on a team call, sharing the visions, sharing your heart, showing up, still after 17 years. Guys, it doesn't exist anywhere else but Isogenics. And if you knew what the Scientific Advisory Board and the nutritionists have in store for us for the next few years and beyond, you wouldn't hesitate. You would find every way possible to reinvent yourself constantly, to be able to connect with the people you need to connect with. Because this is an opportunity, this is a gift that keeps on giving. And I'm just so grateful. So that's what I wanted to say. And I just thank you all so much.
Andrea, we love you so much. Your contribution to this company over 17 years has been indescribable. You know, your background in nutrition, your servant heart, the way you inspire so many people and show up constantly. We just love and appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I want to just give Lindsay a quick chance. I know Lindsay has got so much going on in Texas. The girls are taking over. So Lindsay, I'm so glad you made it. And I know you've been waiting patiently, and I didn't want to finish the call without your voice. Hi, sweetheart.
Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, this was just such a breath of fresh air and so amazing. And I just want you guys to know that everything that's been said, so much of our team is within the START demographic, and we feel this so much. And I just want you guys to know, Jim and Kathy, we appreciate you so much. The integrity and the morals, the values, what Isogenics is about trickles down from you, and Ellen and Mackenzie has done that with our whole team. And we feel where this company is going, and I hope you guys know that. And I had plenty of questions prepared, but I certainly don't want to keep anyone late. I just really want to
just give us those questions, Lindsay. Don't hold
well,
back.
I just want you guys to know the
This is
excitement that is coming from our team and our demographic and the people that are coming to us, because millennials want this, and it's so different. And we have, Kenzie and I are building here in Dallas, and we have big players, you know, that have joined my team recently that see this, and they're business owners, they're gym owners and med owners, and people that want the leverage of Isogenics to offer things to their clients. And honestly, it's just been so exciting. So for me, and I've had to step into leadership to be able to attract and lead those people, right? So for me, I'm just thinking, and I know a lot of our team is new and bringing in so much excitement. Where do you guys think you should really be focused when you bring in someone that you just know could absolutely kill it with Isogenics?
Take that, Ellen, or do you?
No. We want you to answer. But Lindsay, let me clarify the question. I wasn't sure. Kathy, did you hear it? Yeah. I think she's saying when you're launching a new person, what's the immediate focus? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, or someone when you just, I know that, you know, I've attracted some really big players into my business, and I want to make sure I develop them and grow them and lead them. So, you know, when someone's coming in and our products are so amazing, but I think when you lead with the business, people come in and you want to show them the money quickly, kind of where do you recommend guiding that conversation to really launch a business builder from the very beginning?
Well, I think it's really building the relationship and really getting to know what they want. It's not what you want, what they want. What are their dreams? What are they looking for? And then after you know that and you really know them, but you know what their career is, what they're happy with, what they're not happy with, what they want for their life, what their dreams are, you know, how, you know, what their ultimate life would look like. Then after you know that, say, look, this could be your vehicle. And then you show them how to make money. I mean, I'm telling you, the reason Ellen and Andrea have been so successful is because we showed them the money. I mean, we showed them how to make money, and that is part of people's dreams and vision. And then everything else comes. It's getting grounded in the products, ground them in the products, and then show them the money and show them how to do this and how to help other people. I mean, if you really think about it, really think about it, what other business out there can you bring your friends and community in to something that helps them create wealth? It's usually about your business doing this, and it's you. This is creating a community that can inspire people, and you could bring your friends in and help them make money. I mean, when John Gray came into our company the first time, he goes, Kathy, I really want to do this. What do I do? I said, give me 3 good women. And he gave me Andrea Henkart. He gave me Ellen Bradley and Rhonda Collier. And I said, let me take those women. But you know what? And he has been forever blessed because he created these amazing women, and we work with them, and he makes more money from my students than he ever made in his life. So, but where else can you do that? It's all usually about you creating the business. This thing is you can help other people do it. And when you get that feeling, you're unstoppable.
That's amazing. Thank you guys so much. I mean, I think it's always it comes down to just servant leadership, right? And I love hearing that repeated over and over again, because like I said, it just trickles down everywhere in the organization, and we feel that. Thank you guys so much for your time.
Lindsay, thank you for sharing tonight. You have so much that is being prepared right now for a very successful 2020. And after leaving corporate America and moving from LA to Dallas, man, the stars are aligning for you, and we are waiting to celebrate and here to support you. So thank you. Well, you guys, it is officially Cabo, and I want to respect your evenings. And I want to thank Jim and Kathy for being here. And I want to thank all of you for the sacrifices that you make with your family and your busy, to trust us, to take the time to get on these calls. I know there's a lot of calls to choose from. I thought that this was very, very special because I love celebrating our history. I love focusing on where we're going. And I love talking to the people who still believe, or those that need our support, so that we can wrap our arms around you to really, really make this opportunity anything and everything that you can dream it is for yourself. So Kathy, would you and Jim like to say anything in closing?
No, I think we've said it all, and just grateful for all of you. And what I can tell you is 2020 will be what you make it. And this is your opportunity to really make a difference in the world. And when you put that in your heart, you become unstoppable. And that's what it's about. It's about helping other people. And you can't help it. I mean, like Ellen's here, like helping all these people in Mexico. I mean, she needs to stay another week. She's just gotten her stride now. So anyway, we're just grateful for all of you, and thank you for all you do. And we're going to make this the best year ever in our life. And we're counting on all of you to join us in that journey.
Yeah, I would just add that I think that we're very excited about the next decade. It's kind of like everything we've done in the past has kind of prepared us for the next wave. And I would just encourage everybody, in this industry, what I've learned is that it's the actions that you take now that start to show up 3, 4, 5, 6 weeks from now. And so if you really want to set yourself up for having an amazing 2020, I would encourage all of you to really, utilize this month as the opportunity to really be engaged with people, because you're going to be meeting with family, your friends, relationships that are going to be checking in with you that you haven't seen for a while. But plant the seed in terms of what's possible, that you're looking for the people who are not only going to, join you in their health journey, but join you or looking for the people who are going to join you on your team as we build this in the future. So we love you guys.
I love you. We'll see you.
Love you guys. Good night, everybody.